What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It is I, Christopher Rausch, your No Excuses coach, back out here for a walk and talk. What? Walk and talk with Mr. Ozzy. Say hello, Mr. Ozzy. Yes, it is Christopher and Ozzy out for another walk and talk here on this beautiful day. No matter where you're at watching this live or on the replay, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the Misfits for Life community. And yeah, it's been a while since I've done a walk and talk, so thought I'd just bring you up to date and just kind of share something with you today. So yeah, I've actually been taking the last couple of months just to kind of just really be alone in my thoughts and kind of just really process, what has taken place in our lives over the last couple of years with COVID and everything else that's been going on, and just kind of just really like take a look at what I've learned and what's most important to me and really how I want to move forward in the next phase of my life. In doing what I do, being a personal development expert, coaching, speaking, finishing up my book. I've got some programs and content coming out. So if you're interested in getting a hold of that, being on the front end of that, go to ChristopherRausch.com and hit the sign up page. And really, I got Ozzy's protesting back there. Come on, Ozzy. Go over there and hit the sign up page and subscribe to the newsletter, and then you'll get the first opportunities to see the new program, see the new book. It's Just You and Me, Kid, a journey of a mother and son surviving on the streets of Southern California. That's the tentative title. And yeah, and as a matter of fact, I just got back from Italy. My wife and I went to Italy for 15 days, left the kid at home with the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law, and went out there and crisscrossed Italy. We went to Venice, we went to Florence, we went to Rome, we went to Sorrento, took the bullet train, we had a blast, and just had a really amazing experience. And out of that experience, come on, Ozzy, let's walk. All right, it's a walk and talk, not a stand and talk. What's up, Ellie? And through that experience, I got a chance to meet a lot of different people. And Scott and I just actually recorded a show. He went on vacation as well, and we just recorded a show for the Unfiltered Experience where we interviewed one of the guys, the sailing instructor that he met while he was in the Maldives. And interestingly enough, the message that I got from the people I met in Italy that were traveling all over the world, and the message that he got from this person, that we got from this person who is an instructor, said basically the same thing, that we're all more the same than we are different, and that the world is a beautiful place if you don't watch the news. And so I've really been kind of looking at things and looking at people and looking at situations and thinking about myself in the terms of what it is that I can let go. And there are facets of our life that we have to learn to let go. And I'll share this one with you publicly and transparently and authentically. Hopefully I don't get choked up. But basically the title of today's walk and talk is talking about loss. And I want to talk about the loss. I have a 21-year-old cat who was gifted to me by my previous girlfriend and my friend now, Monet. She gave me two cats way back in 2001. One was Xena and the other one was Vixen. And Xena and Vixen sisters, and grew up together, were amazing cats. Unfortunately, Xena got cancer and died, I think, in 2015, 2016. But her sister, Vixen, has been living ever since. So she is now 21 years old and just a phenomenal cat. But unfortunately, she's reaching the end of her journey. And, as a pet owner, I'm sure you guys can all agree with this. There's a point in our journey with our pets where we have to make that decision. We have to make that decision for them to sit there and say, is it time to let you go? Now, granted, she still wants to eat. She still wants love. She still goes in the litter box. And for me, those are kind of my criteria, when to let an animal go. But also, I've been told years and years ago, I said, the animal will let you know, like they'll look at you. And when that person told me that, it was probably like 2015 or something like that, I really started looking in their eyes, and I've had to let animals go. I had to let my dog Bella go. I had to let Rocky go. We had to let Buster go. There's been a bunch of animals over the last 5 years that we've had to let go and transition. And it's hard, and it's hard when you think about losing someone, something in our life, an aspect of our ego, an aspect of our family members, losing something, an animal. And so I kind of want to talk to you today, about that process, because so oftentimes we look at what we're losing. But I invite you to ask yourself, what have I gained? What have I gained out of this experience? Like when I think about my time with Vixen, I'm losing my cat. Yes, of course. But at the same time, what have I gained? 21 years of amazing companionship, 21 years of unconditional love, 21 years of playing, 21 years of coming home and having her be excited to see me. It's a incredible, the journey that we've been on together, the different highs and lows that she's been there with me to experience. And so I thank her for her loyalty. You know, I've been talking to her for probably the last week, letting her know, like, hey, you know, I know your time's coming. You need to tell me when you're ready. And I've noticed in the last couple of days, she's just been looking at me differently. Like, she's looking at me like, Dad, I'm tired. Dad, I know you don't want to make this decision, but I know that, you know, I need to go and I need to transition. And it's not about dying. It's not about being gone. It's about transitioning to the next phase of whatever the journey is after we're living beings. And that's the thing I really want to stress upon, is that so often we're looking at what we're losing, but at the same time, what can I appreciate out of the situation? What can I appreciate moving forward? How can I keep Vixen's legacy moving as I continue to age myself and continue to grow? And of course, you know, we lost a couple of cats last year, so we adopted 2 kittens. So in one term, we lost some cats that had been with us for a while, but at the same time, we gained a whole new set of personalities, a whole new set of love, and a whole new set of experiences that if we sit there and we dwell on what it is that we've lost, then we don't have the capacity to open up and love and to see what's next. And so often we lose parts of our identity, we lose aspects of our mobility and cognition and everything else. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday and we were talking about, he says, you know, I used to be able to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go play tennis, or I'd go rollerblading, but now my body is, you know, rejecting and failing and doing all these things. And I invited him to thank his body for all the great opportunities that he had. And that now, as we continue to evolve and get older, what is it that we can embrace that's new? You know, maybe we don't do as many physical things. We still push ourselves, because I truly believe in that. I believe that if you stay sedentary, it's just going to breed more sedentariness. So you got to get out. I'm out walking right now. You know, you got to push yourself. But at the same time, what is it that you can expand your mind on now? And I invited him. He was talking about writing a book. And I said, write that book. You know, you may not be physically able to go out there and play tennis. You still watch tennis. You can still talk about tennis. You can play video games about tennis if you want to do that. You can write a book about your experiences in tennis. You know, it's all about what's next, not what's gone, not what's being gone, not what we're losing, but just having that appreciation and that gratitude for what we've had. You know, when I look back on my life and I think about being 53 years old now, you know, there's aspects of my life that I miss. I miss having more energy. I miss having more clarity. I miss having my body not hurt. But at the same time, this is as young as I'm ever going to be. So if I dwell on what it is that I don't have anymore, then guess what I'm going to get more of? I'm going to get more of what I don't have. And that's not a good sign of life. That's not a good way to live. And so I invite all of us to really consider, when we're in those moments of considering what it is we've lost or what we're losing, what is it that I'm gaining? I'm gaining more time. Maybe I can't do as much of these other things, but I'm gaining more time to spend with myself. I'm gaining more time to read. I'm gaining more time to spend with my family. I'm gaining more time to have conversations with people, deep conversations, meaningful conversations, and then maybe sharing those on social media and showing how we are more the same than we are different, right? You think about that. We all have these opportunities in our life, but for me as a No Excuses coach, what I teach is how we shift our perspective. And the reason why I do these walk and talks is just my way of also talking to myself and being like, hey, Chris, you know, you got this. You know, trust me. I can sit here and be all nice and calm and philosophical and everything, but trust me, when it comes time to put her in the cat carrier, I'm gonna be a fucking mess. I'll be crying my eyes out. You know, it's gonna hit me. And of course, you know, if you've ever put an animal to sleep, I hope that you've been in the room with them. I know people that just go drop them off, and I think that's just fucking horrible. Yes, it's hard. I sit there and actually, God's honest truth, as I look in their eyes. I look in their eyes as the injection's going in. I talk to them. I tell them how much I love them. I pet them, and I tell them I'm always going to be here, and then I'll see them on Rainbow Bridge. And, you know, that's the respect they deserve. Is it easy? Oh, no. No, I become a bawling pile of tears, and that's okay. Why not? Release the love. Let them know that they're going to be free. They're going to be free of their body. And like when I had to do that with my dog Bella, she was 14 years old, and she was amazing. If you guys have been following me for any time, you probably saw that video. And when I was driving her to the vet that day, me and my wife, you know, I was just crying, and I was thinking, this is the last car ride that we're going to take, and that she's still got this heart in her. But again, I walked around the corner in the backyard, and she looked up at me, and I could tell she's like, Dad, I'm tired. It's hard for me to get up now. It's hard for me to walk. I really don't have any joy in life, you know. I want to go be free. Because it's our soul that gets to be free. Dying isn't the end. That's just the end of this particular existence, this experience. And so God's honest truth, after we did the process and left the room, got in my truck, still crying, got on the freeway, and this image appeared to me, not with me thinking about it, but just this image appeared to me that she was running on the side of the freeway. I get choked up when I think about it. She was running on the side of the freeway, right there, looking back at me going, "Hey Dad, I'm free. Hey Dad, I'm free. I can run, I can run, I can run." And that's God's honest truth. I looked on the side of the freeway and I'm like, I told my wife, I said, this may sound crazy. I said, but I see Bella running on the side of the freeway, telling us that she's free. She's running, she's happy. Her tongue's wagging. She's like, I'm away from that body. Now I get this opportunity to experience, what's next. Get to return to source, God, universe, whatever it is might be for you. And that gave me solace. That really did. And so when I would get sad, I would just remember seeing her face, so vibrant and so loving. And I know she's with me all the time. I choose to believe that. I choose to believe that we'll all be reunited and that she'll be able to tell me all the times, remember that time we did this? Remember that time? Oh, remember that time I did that and you got mad at me? I truly believe that with all my heart, because to believe otherwise would make this experience even more, like, I'm not gonna say more miserable, but this experience would be like, for what? We're not here just having a human experience just to die and not be anything anymore. We're having this experience to teach us things, to experience humanity, to experience feelings and emotions, to experience the five senses, to be able to touch things and smell things and experience things. But so often we get caught up in the minutia. We get caught up in the fear. We get caught up in the bullshit. Why? We're here to live. We're here to experience. We're here to enjoy. I don't think anybody who has passed before us would want us to be miserable having this experience. I had another experience where I lost my sister-in-law. She died suddenly at 33 years old. And I was driving home from the funeral. I gave the eulogy and I was trying to make sense of everything. I'm like, God, how could you take a 33-year-old mother of a 3-year-old and just have her drop dead and have him find her? What is this, right? I was getting pissed and I was mad. And then I thought, what would Tiffany want me to do? Would Tiffany want me to be all pissed off, or would Tiffany want me to live in her honor? Would Tiffany want me to, help spread the message of love and unity? Would she want me to continue to shine my light? We're all here for a temporary time. My time could be right now. A car could run up on the curb and hit me. I could have a stroke, a heart attack, an aneurysm. I could trip and fall and crack my head. All sorts of different things could happen. There's no guarantee I'm going to live another 20 years or another 20 minutes. So I get the choice. Am I going to truly live right now, or am I going to exist right now? And that's a question I have for you. If you're afraid of losing something, if you're afraid of terminating a relationship, ask yourself, does this relationship bring me joy? Does this relationship cause me to move forward and expand as a human? Does this relationship, am I look forward to this relationship? Do I look forward to the conversations with this person? If the answers are no, then find different people. Because I can assure you from my journeys and my travels that I wouldn't be the man I am today if I stayed with the people who thought I was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I was the smartest person in the room. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't chose to take chances and risks and end relationships. Back in 2005, I wished my half-sister well. It wasn't the right relationship. It was not the right time. And I chose myself over her to sit there and say, you know what? There's nothing I can do about your situation. There's nothing I can do to change you. You're going to be a victim of your mindset, and I'm not going to sit around and try my heart out to make you a different person. You're going to be that way, so I'm going to protect myself, and I'm going to wish you well, and I hope that you have a great life. I did that with one of my old best friends. He reached out, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, and he wanted to be friends again and everything, and he'd always been a dick ever since. It's just a long story. But I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, really? And I kind of just thought, and I told him this in an email. He sent me an email. And I wrote him back and I said, Robert, we've had some amazing times. We had a lot of great stories. And so we're both different people now. And we would have a great time walking down memory lane. But I think as far as current conversations go and the way we are today, I don't think there's much there to connect us. And so with that, I'm going to wish you awesome life. I hope you and your son and your family are great. I hope you go out there and crush it, blah, blah, blah. Maybe someday we'll reunite or whatever. But right now, I just feel it's best for us to continue moving on in our own paths. And I was really nice. Really super nice, really genuine. I meant it from the bottom of my heart. And guess what happened? Probably about a minute and a half later, I got an email back sort of expecting, you know what, Chris, you're right. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. You're cool. You know, I wish you and your family the best. But all he said was, I'll delete you out of my phone. So do you think I made the right decision in wishing him well? Abso-fucking-lutely. So again, why would I put myself through that? My gut, my whisper told me, no, Chris, it's time to move on. So if you're trying to keep people in your life, if you're trying to keep yourself the same, if you're trying to stay the same person that you've always been, that's not truly living. It's all about, how am I expanding? How am I growing? What is it that I'm tolerating? And what can I let go? Because loss shouldn't be a bad thing. You know, I'm looking at today, if we get to put her to sleep today, I'm looking at today as obviously a heartbreaking day. I don't want to do this. It's one of the biggest struggles I always have, is like when to make the decision. Sometimes I made the decision a little bit too late and they've suffered. So for me, I'm like, you know what? She still has her faculties. She's telling me she's tired. She's really not eating that much anymore. She's still trying, but at the end of the day, is she trying for me? And what can I do for her? She'll be at a better place once I let her go. And then I can sit there and celebrate her life. I'll do a eulogy later. I'll post some pictures and kind of celebrate, you know, who she was and who she is and who she will continue to be in my heart. People and things don't need to be around for us to appreciate and love on them. So I really just wanted to send you this message today, let you know what I was going through. Appreciate your love and support. Obviously, this is my new Facebook profile. So yeah, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please go over and friend request me on my new profile. It's facebook.com/Christopher B. Rausch. You can find that and then connect with you. My other one got deleted, so I lost nearly 5,000 friends and connections. I had another 1,000 requests waiting, and I was going through one by one and vetting them. So it is what it is. I lost my Facebook account. I lost my Kick-Ass Guide to Life page with over 7,000 people on it. Could I be miserable? Absolutely. Do I go through waves where I'm frustrated? Yeah. But at the same time, I have to take my own advice and realize that everything happens for a reason. And what doesn't kill me only makes me stronger, and that this is not a time to rebuild. And maybe I don't accept some of the friend requests from the people who might have appeared toxic in my timeline. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to connect with new people. Of course it is. I'm already connected with new people. So when you look at life, when you look at challenges and struggles, what can you find that is the lesson? What can you find that it is that you can change your perspective to find positivity and love in it instead of fear? And then how can you go out there and help other people experience the same thing? So I love you guys. I appreciate you. This is Christopher Rausch, the No Excuses Coach. Connect with me at ChristopherRausch.com. If you can't remember that, go to NoExcusesCoach.com, NoExcusesCoach.com. And here's the funny thing. I did this yesterday. If you Google #NoExcusesCoach, I come up all over the place. I'm the only person. You can find videos, you can find podcasts, you can find all sorts of stuff just by doing #NoExcusesCoach. So I love you guys. I'm gonna enjoy my walk with my pup. He's getting to be 8 years old, so he's having challenges too. So enjoy your moments, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your moments. Let me see if I can figure out how to end this. I love you guys. Kick ass. Unstoppable.